I will let you know the moment that I get the message that we are live.
Okay.
We're live.
Buenas noches, mi gente. Aquí estamos en la carretera de Brasil. Y hoy vamos a disfrutar con 36 vueltas de acción. Yes, lads, we are here in Brazil. Now, Toasty, what's it looking like? Who do we have for our favorites? I have not been tapped in for a while here.
Yes, that is the question indeed. It is a championship hunt for the Ferraris, both in the drivers and the constructors. 7 is just 41 points away from Mark, who is no longer racing as he visits China. 41
Interesting,
points is the gap.
interesting.
And on the constructors front, it is Ferrari leading with Red Bull Racing 29 points behind. Davis just signed a new Tier 2 driver to take over for Mark, so that hunt is on. We have to keep an eye on Duel to see if he can fill in the spot of Mark.
Interesting, interesting. It's going to be hard to fill in those boots of Mark, isn't it? Isn't he already a world champion around here?
Yes, I mean it is. It's like asking someone to fill in Max Verstappen's shoes. It is a very hard feat to do, but we will have to see if he can hold up.
See if they get these cars on track. Waiting for that action, lad. Come on, lads, get out there. Oh, we have our first car out on track. I think it's Mo. Wait, no, it's
Who is it?
where is
It
it?
is Mo. It is Mo. Syed.
It's Mo. What
You
else
could
we
have
have?
added these people. Oh, you could have added them.
We have the Haas of Jovit's Gold Bolt or God Bolt. There we go. Mo's out there too, warming up those tires with that method. In it, lad.
Sure. Yeah, Mo out
Now we
on
have our
track first. Haas of Joseph and Mo's teammate, JDJT. And Aston, both of the Ferraris. Qualifying can be very important here.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see how qualifying works around here. I haven't been too tapped in with F126, so
Mm-hmm.
the battery deployment strategies will be very interesting around here. As you remember, they decided to change the hybrids, I think. Now they don't have an MGU-K? They don't have
Yeah,
an MGU-K, I think.
but
They only
here
harvest batteries.
is Mo to start his lap. We will watch him throughout his entire hot lap so we learn the track. Into the first corner, heavy braking. You have to be careful though not to spin. Through the second corner, and I think that's the third one here. One of the first straight modes on the lap. Technically, the first one would be on the start finish straight, but you know. Into sector 2, slinging his car around.
Pretty interesting. He's already pretty low on battery already. I wonder how he's going to recover all of this.
Lift and coast. That's what you have to do, even in a quali lap, which I think is ridiculous. Taking an odd line through there. Ideal line, you hug the inside, but people have their own method. Into the last corner in sector 2 into sector 3.
Nice little flick of the wheel as he comes off the exit. He's already pretty low on the battery. He might have to rethink about where he's spending all this battery because he's already out of battery before he even gets to the main part of the back straight.
109,
Our fastest time.
509.
Yep. Who else is on a lap here?
Pedro just starting his. I think Joseph 110.9. JDJT splitting the two, 109, 598.
Ooh, bro, Joshua, 109.0, about 6/10 faster, I think. Now Jokovic again with a 108.8. Another 3/10 dunked on the heads of the Aston Martin.
Watching
Now
duel.
Prini up there.
Oh, yeah, Frenny 109.1 to go P3. Duel going to be crossing the line. See what his lap time is. 109.3 to P4, the Red Bull. Apex finally joining us. Yellow flags out in Sector 2.
KYT kid had a bunch of battery as he was getting onto that back straight. Onto the final part of it, he still had a bunch of battery left over, and he's up to P8 with a 109.8. Still gonna have to find a few tenths to the Cadillacs and everyone up in the top 5. But it's very interesting to see the deployment strategies from everyone around the grid.
NASCAR going P4 with a 109.2 in the Williams on his debut. The other Red Bull XLM going 109.4, P6.
Oh, what I'm noticing here is that some people are saving a lot of their battery just for the final sector. It doesn't really look like they're using a lot of it in Sector 1. Maybe harvesting a little more in Sector 2, but they're leaving that final corner with maybe 70-80% on the battery. And some people are just going full attack in Sector 1 and just having nothing by the end of the lap. So it's going to be interesting to see how those contrasting strategies of deployment will determine this qualifying.
Yeah, I think toe is also a big factor here. I think we've seen the Ferraris do it a couple of times, helping each other with the toe. On that back straight, that can be really helpful, especially if you are doing the different strategy of burning more throughout the lap and having less on that back straight.
Wonder if we see any team games from the Ferraris, maybe, or maybe the Red Bulls.
Pedro 109.193 to go P4. I think seven's on a lap. Second place in the World Drivers' Championship. On his hunt to close the gap to Mark. 3 races to do it.
Think he can do it?
I think he can. I mean, he's a very fast driver. We've seen him put in the work.
Dark just got up there.
Yeah.
109.1.
P3 right behind his teammate. Dark T had an excellent Madrid weekend. We'll be looking to follow
Maybe,
that up again here.
maybe the two Aston Martins have some team games ready for Jokovic at the end of qualifying, just depending on what the strategy will look like for that, or if someone's going to sacrifice a hot lap at the end.
Oh,
No,
X
Red Bull,
or is that XIM or is that XLM? I can't even see. XIM.
XIM.
109 flat to go P2 in front of both the Aston Martin drivers. I think he's
Red
a
Bull finding their feet.
yeah. I think XIM's a reserve. Don't think he has a full seat. So TPs. There you go.
Jokovic with the esports line here. Right on board. Pretty clean turn 1, 2, and 3. On the battery really early through the S section. Let's see what this is for a sector. Up almost a tenth. And he's invalidated. He's gone wide. That lap will not count.
Very rough. Arrow Knight, I think, across the line to improve to P13 with a 109.8.
See if Jokovic comes in. Maybe he's already on a fresh set of tires. Maybe he'll go again. It's gonna be interesting here.
Yeah. I mean, he has the time if he just wants to come in and chill. Or maybe he'll use this time to go and do something.
See, think he's coming in. No, he's not. Think he just invalidated this and next lap. Wow, no, he didn't. It's right on board again. Turn 1 looked clean. Turn 2 looked clean. Much more aggressive on the curb this time through 3.
Straight mode activated. Heading into sector 2. Purple sector
Almost 2
1.
tenths. A lot of battery usage through sector 1 and 2. See how he harvests this back.
Very clean line here as he uses the curves to his advantage. Coming down to finish off the sector 2. How much can he improve?
3 tenths. Djokovic still has an extreme amount of battery left over. He might run out coming towards the line, but it'll still be more than enough to solidify a very good pole
Wow,
position.
108.5.
108.5. 4 tenths in front of Bro Joshua.
Yeah, we didn't even cover Bro Joshua getting a 108.9. That's quite fast, but you, oh, 7. What the heck just happened to
That was
7?
out. I think he's retired on track. The slow moving Ferrari off in sector 2. I think he's pulled off and retired. Now it's 7 minutes left. Everyone behind is going to have to find at least 5 tenths in hand, and a little more if they even want that pole position. If they even want to think about pole position. That is a statement lap from Djokovic.
Yeah, Frenny improves to second with a 108.9. That's the gaps between P1 and P2 is just, I mean, it's insane. Will anybody even be able to stick with Djokovic in the race?
Only time will tell.
Can't tell if XIM is on a lap or not.
See what this is from Slayer here in the middle sector. He's up 6 tenths on his time. Probably won't be enough to even think about pole, but he's getting a nice toe from the Aston Martin coming down
Yeah,
the
that
front straight
will
here.
help him a lot here. The Williams
See what
driver.
it is. Puts him up to P13, only a 109.7. It's a pretty close grid if you really think
Yeah,
about
I
it.
was gonna say.
109.7.
I feel like a lot of people are very close together.
You know, pole is, well, not only, but pole is a 108.5 with a 109.7 being P13. There's about maybe give or take 10 or 8 to 10 cars within a second of each other. And with these new regs, a second is a little bit easier to find. Just you have to find that right battery deployment. That's where it is, and that's the tricky part. Especially at a track like this. It's not exactly a power track, it's not exactly a downforce track. It's a bit of both. So that makes it a bit more difficult to really find that sweet spot on where you can capitalize.
Well said. I think everybody's kind of at a sweet spot right now.
Taking a breather before these final push laps where they really have to hook it up.
We have 5 minutes remaining in qualifying.
Ben is left to 7. I think I have him on my EA. Nope. 100% don't.
Dark T sliding through that second corner. Having a little bit of an oopsie there.
See what it stacks up on his second time. He's about a 10th down. If I was him, I'd abandon this lap and
Yeah, I
just
wonder.
come back in.
I wonder
He
if
might have
that's.
time.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he does come back in or not, but don't expect.
See if he finds some time in the middle sector. Maybe it's a bit of consultation, I guess. Or like a comfort knowing he's found the time that he needs on that final lap. So let's see what this middle sector stacks up against his best time. It's not really much of an improvement, only half a tenth, but he's still down on his time. So I think we'll see him come back into the pits for a fresh set of softs. Yes, there he goes. What's interesting here is Pedro is out on track. He's already out with 3 minutes left in the session. And we know there's a bit of track evolution still left. I don't think it'll plateau. I think the track will get a little bit grippier. 3 minutes is a bit early. Maybe he has enough fuel for 2 laps.
He might also be burning through some fuel, so that he's on a very light load on his last lap. I know.
Or maybe he's just, yep,
Yeah,
just getting those tires in the right temperature range.
Quite a bit of the McLaren drivers do that. I think I've seen Dr. B do that a couple of times.
KYT kid is retired from the session. I think he's crashed on track out of the Senna S.
Well, that's not great, but here, bro, Joshua is slowing up. I thought he was going to be on one.
Dayao has a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with KYT kid in the pits, I'm assuming.
So I wonder if that's maybe why KYT kid DNF'd.
We will only have to see later.
Wonder if there will be a report.
So it looks like
for that.
Pedro is definitely taking an extra lap to warm up those tires. He's gonna have to get out the way of the Ferrari behind, though. I think the 2 McLarens might be impeding him a little bit.
Yeah, all eyes on Frenny here.
That looked really bad from Capex there. So Ferrari maybe might back off, but definitely won't be happy about having those 2 McLarens in the middle sector right there.
Yeah, definitely.
He's only a 10th up.
I could see him backing out and trying to go for another one, but he could also just be sticking through it.
That 10th is going to get him up to P2, though, if he just keeps it pinned and he has enough battery. Let's see what it is here. Yes, it is P2. Bro Joshua is starting his lap as well.
108.7 for Frenny.
These are the last laps these guys are going to be able to get. So if they're not on a lap now, it's over.
Yeah, just so much time to find to Jokovic. He has a very fast time set, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to try to set a even faster time.
Just going through the final sector right now. We'll wait for him to try and set something even better if he can.
So
or
he's
maybe
on an
we have someone
invalid lap.
storm from the back.
But here is bro Joshua. I think he has high odds to try to beat Jokovic's lap through Sector 2. Purple Sector
Only a
2.
10th up.
Can he do it, though?
He's got all the battery in the world for this final straight, though. So it's going to have to happen here.
All eyes on the Aston Martin. Can he get pole position? No, he cannot.
No.
108.8 is bro Joshua's time, and it will be his best time. P3 for bro Joshua. Pedro, Slayer, Saskad, Syed, and Capex all finished with qualifying.
Brini's just made it barely by like a second for another lap. He's got one more shot at this.
Is Jokovic going to improve on his time?
He's almost a 10th down. He's going to have to find something special in these final 3 corners.
Mo retiring.
See what this is from Jokovic. I think that said he's a 2nd down on the Delta, I think.
The V-carb
It's not
driver
enough. Oh,
across the line. Does
Prix
not
is improving.
improve. Frenny, can he do it? The Ferrari driver. He has everything to prove. Can he do it?
it's about half a tenth up. It's going to have to be magical on the straight here. Maybe a toe, but he's not going to get one. It's going to be really close here.
Frenny
Aw.
improves, but it's not enough. That will complete our qualifying session. It is Jokovic on the top step. Very fast today as he gaps everyone by 2/10. Frenny gave it his all, but it wasn't quite enough. He'll line up 2nd row alongside with Jokovic. Bro Joshua P3 after giving it everything that he could, and his teammate right beside him on the 2nd row, Dark T.
You know what? That is a statement pole from Jokovic. Led the entire session. Didn't have any problems. Was comfortable with his original lap time. You know, can't ask for much more. You just have to tee up in the race. It's going to be Free and Bro Joshua as nearest competitors. And the Dark and IXM, those two are not too far off either.
Yes, this
So
will
it could
be
a
a
5-way fight at
very...
the start.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. This will be
All good, lad.
This will all be a very close grid, I think. We'll also have to watch the back of the grid 7 on a championship fight. Can he pull off a Max Verstappen today?
Has he rejoined the session?
He has.
All right, so it's going to be looking like damage limitation today.
Please do
What was
not
he
ready up. Waiting for people to get in.
What would 7 be looking for from the back of the grid? Podium, maybe? P5, maybe? Top 5? Damage limitation?
I think if he can make himself into top 5, I think he'll be happy. But I don't think he'll truly, really be happy unless he gets that top step and gets the win. But I think realistically, I think he could get a top 5 if he really put the pedal to the metal.
Mm. You know what, though? This is a really interesting top 5. This top 5... Ooh, we have Bro Joshua starting on the hard.
I guess we're starting. Here comes the red light. Green flags from the back, and here we go. Bro Joshua jump starting, getting a drive-through penalty. It is Jokovic who's going to keep the top step. Frenny on the defense through the first corner. Dark T all over the back of the Ferrari. It is Jokovic, Frenny, Dark T, XIM, Bro Joshua, KYT, Ken Pedro out of the first corner.
I think they're 3 wide back there, almost 4 wide with the Cadillac and the Audi. But they're all settling in. It's been pretty clean at the start, but Bro
JT going wide. There's been contact, and the VSC has been deployed on their first lap of the race. 7 not making any positions up quite yet. Frenny, Jokovic, and Dark T all over each other. Neither of them want to give up this spot.
Jovic is missing a piece of its wing. There must have been contact back there. I wonder with who else, but I would imagine it was with Capex as well. It looks pretty calm in the middle of the field here. Duel is also missing an end plate. So maybe that's why the VSC is out. I didn't really see any spins or anything, but there must be a lot of debris on the track. And so is Extreme Enigma. He's also missing an end plate. There must have been a lot of contact with those guys at the back. They're just going crazy, but the VSC has been disabled.
So going back again, it is 3 wide between the leaders. Jokovic makes it through to the lead, but Frenny is right there, trying to be on the attack.
Oh, what a
Freddie!
move!
Down the inside! Oh my gosh! Dark T
Djokovic comes
throwing
first.
Freddie through. It is Freddie, Dark T, Jokovic. The top three, XIM at P4, Pedro P5, KNYT Kid P6.
Oh my days.
I'm
What
left
a move.
speechless by that move. Freddie on the limit, going for
I
the
think Dark's gonna
overtake
go
to
for him
lead the
here.
Grand Prix.
These guys are going racing.
Frenny sitting comfortably in the lead now, trying to just pull a small gap to Dark T, put himself in a comfort zone where he can relax. I'm sure his heart is pounding.
Yeah, Freeney does not have a lot of battery compared to Jokovic and Dark. They could be going 3, maybe 4 wide. XIM also has a lot of battery at his disposal. It's going to be very interesting on the run down to turn 1. Actually, Dark is already relatively right there with him.
The Aston Martin driver looking for a move. He doesn't quite have the speed. Late on the brakes, his tire's gonna squeal and you can see that smoke.
Oh, he's going to go around the outside at center curve. Let's see, does Freeney go defensive?
The Aston
Too
all
late.
over the place. Down the inside. It is Dark T to lead the Grand Prix.
Pedro and XIM are going wheel to wheel with Jokovic almost 3 wide between the 3 of them down to turn 4.
The other V-Corb, KNYT Kid, a ballsy move to overtake XIM to get himself into P5.
What a battle. It's just constant battle. Jokovic has damage on his front wing. He's missing his right end plate.
That's going to allow Dark T and Frenny to pull a small gap, which may turn into a bigger gap. It could become these 1-2 pulling away from the rest of the field, but Jokovic is still hot on their trail. He's saying, I don't care if I have damage, I'm going to keep going.
Jokovic could be in a lot of trouble here. Just missing that end plate. There is a crash at the back. It's 7.
The Ferrari driver who's on the championship hunt having issues today, which that's one more issue added on. 7 and P16 will his teammate fighting for the lead. It is Frenny side by side with Dark T. Continuing.
Jokovic and Pedro too.
Freddy still down the inside. These two never going to stop battling until they are satisfied. Freddy laid on the brakes to go around the outside. It is Freddy to lead the race once again. Dark T, B2, Pedro P3.
KNYT Kid has fallen off as well. Jokovic is also just trying to hang on to his position. The front wing damage is not doing him any favors into turn 1. He had a terrible run out of 1, 2, and 3, and was just a sitting duck on the straight.
And I think that's just going to continue. Pedro has already closed the gap to Dark T, and Jokovic's gap to Pedro has been increasing. Leaders not battling through the first turns, but will we see them battle on the straight? We've seen them battle here lap after lap. Will they do it again? Not quite. Dark T does not have the speed on Frenny.
You know what? Jokovic with that wing damage actually pulled a gap from JT and XIM and MO. MO is actually getting a run on XIM. He's going to go down the inside. What a move.
That was very ballsy. They're going to make a little bit of contact. The other V-Corb. KNYT Kid all over the back of him.
Yeah, these guys are going racing as Slayer gets his first 3 seconds. That's our first 3 seconds of the race. Jokovic is actually doing a pretty good job limiting the damage. I'd be surprised if I was Jokovic. I'd feel a little flustered. You know, having that almost 3/10 advantage in qualifying and now having to go racing. And it's just a completely different story here.
I wonder if he's praying for something so that he can fix that wing, because I'm sure even though he's sticking with them, it's not fun driving like that.
Would imagine with the lower downforce this year on these cars, a little more difficult to even get through some of these corners with all of these low wings.
Capex and Joseph in the back for P10. Side by side, the McLaren and Haas make a little bit of contact. It is Capex to P10. Joseph keeping his P11. Slayer Sascat on the back of them, waiting for an opportunity. The Haas and McLaren battle again. There's going to be contact. The Williams trying to follow through. Doesn't quite have the speed on the McLaren.
Pedro's fallen off just a bit off the leaders, 1.5 now almost.
Yeah,
he's falling back into the hands of Jokovic, JTMO, XIM, KNYT kid. He's falling back. He's going to start holding up a train in a bit if he doesn't pick it up.
And if he doesn't pick it up, yeah, he loses overtake here. So that will allow Jokovic an even better opportunity to catch him.
Look at Dark on the back of Frini already.
There they go. I think Dark T looking for the move. Freddy opts for the inside. Dark T being forced to overtake around the outside. You can see the tire smoke. No move made.
KNYT kid just got past XIM. XIM is actually going wide. He's cut SNS. Oh, that's a terrible rejoin in front of Seo. Seo's going to have something to say about that. But
yeah.
XIM lets it go, knowing it was a really, really bad rejoin.
Wonder if Seo will still be upset, even though the
plays are going wheel to wheel again.
In the back! Wow! In the back, they're going 3 wide! The McLaren trying to go through! The Alpine from nowhere coming in! These 4 all battling! The McLaren going ahead, the Alpine trying to follow through! Wheel to wheel! Then here comes Slayer Sascat down the inside of Joseph! Words!
What a move by Sayed. Round the outside of 2 at turn 6.
Trying to stick his wing in, doesn't quite have it.
JT's on the back of Jokovic already. He's right underneath that rear wing. Pedro's falling back, and the leaders are going wheel to wheel again. It's just battles everywhere around here. That's what you get around Brazil.
Yellow flags somewhere. Again. I think that might be for 7.
Does Dark have enough energy to go for a move in the floor? No, he does not. He's going to have to tuck in. So does JT again. Just behind Jokovic. He's going to buy his time, knowing Jokovic has that wing damage. Now he's got to run. Is he going to go around the outside of turn 6? Let's see. Does he have the grip? He does not. He just washes out wide. But now he's going for a switch. He's going down the inside.
The switch back.
Turn into the outside. Does he have the grip, or is Jokovic going to force him wide? Jokovic doesn't have the grip, and JD does, and he gets ahead.
Jokovic will be disappointed to find himself down into P5 from pole down. He is going to be feeling a little disheartened. And that gap between Pedro and JT because of the fighting has increased.
Look at Dark and Frini. Dark is going for a move now.
All over the back of the Ferrari. The Aston Martin making the decisive choice to go around the outside. Doesn't quite stick the move. Trying to put his wing wherever he can. Putting a lot of pressure on Freddy.
I don't think Dark has the battery, but he's going to keep it here wheel to wheel. He's going to go down the inside. Is there contact? Yes, there is. 2 leaders getting really, really feisty up there. Syed and Capex are still going at it at the back of the field as well. Into turn 4, doesn't have a look. Just not close enough.
JT seems to be struggling a little bit, maybe.
Honestly, if I was Jokovic, I'd stay behind here because Pedro's just falling back as well. It's going to work beautifully in a pit stop window. If they can just keep within this like 1-2 second gap of each other, they could get a nice undercut if they try.
Capex
still isn't close enough for a move into turn 1.
Could be looking for a move on Syed here soon.
KNYT kid is now behind Jokovic. I wonder if there's going to be any team orders between the two. Just to, be a good buffer to the cars behind. Give Jokovic a chance to try and fight back to the field, up to the front of the field. Stick with Pedro and JD. Maybe not all is lost here for Jokovic. Maybe he can still recover that third. Seeing as he's keeping some solid pace in front, and as I say that, commentators curse. He's picked up a 3-second time penalty as Syed has spun at the
Oh,
exit.
going the wrong
Turn 4,
way.
and there's a safety car.
Full safety car. This may change the race. Leaders will all surely pit.
I wonder. I think someone's on the hards up in the front. I think XIM is
Yeah,
on the hard. I wonder
XIM
if he picks.
and Sayao. Yeah, this kind of forces them into the two-stopper.
Yeah, this has really derailed their race a bit. The progress on the hards that they have not been effective enough. As Freeney pits, so does Dark. Pedro's in, JD's in, Jokovic is in, KYT kid stays out. That one's gonna hurt a lot for you, KYT kid. XIM stays out. The stay out stays out. Capex might come in. See what the pit stops look like. Freeney's come out just in front of Dark.
But
Pedro's still out in front of JDJT. This is going to be interesting for KYT kid because as Jokovic is getting his wing changed, he's only lost really one place.
question is,
So
does
maybe he can
KNYT
find
kid
that pace.
still go back in though?
That'll be interesting, but I doubt it because by the time he's gone around, the grid would have checked up already behind the safety car. It's going to be really interesting, but KNYT kid's race might just be in the mud, taking one for the team here. He might have been better off double stacking.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a rough call either way. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Freeney's on the hards. I think everyone behind that's pitted is on hards now. Slayer's switched onto another set of mediums. Extreme Enigma has stayed out on those hards. NYT is on the medium. He might come in now. If he no, he doesn't. He doesn't go in. Unless there's another safety car, he's gonna have to have the luck of the green to like a genius. But if there is no other safety car, he's gonna look like an absolute idiot. Now everything's just cooled down for a bit. The rest of the grid is still catching up to the queue. So we should have another maybe 2 laps of the safety car.
So 12 laps in Chonquito. It is Frenny versus Dark T. Do you think Pedro will be able to join them this time? Or do you think that Frenny and Dark T will just pull a gap again?
Well, it really depends, you know? Like these guys, I imagine they have similar setups, different setups. And maybe they've upped a little bit of wing to find more rotation on those cards. It's a bit more difficult to warm them up around here, especially under the safety car. So everyone's going to be on cold tires. Just depends how everyone feels on this hard tire with their setup. Some people find more pace in the second stint. Some people are faster in the first. Some completely just fall off the table as soon as they switch on to another compound. They just can't switch them off. I've fallen victim to those myself at times.
Well, I think safety car should be in this lap. Really shouldn't be a reason.
We were expecting yoke domination, but
yeah,
hasn't happened.
maybe with his new wing he'll be revitalized and he'll be able to put in 100% effort.
honestly, it's gonna be really important here for Dark or Pedro to start putting some massive pressure on Freeney because he's also have to get past Sayout, XIM, and KNYT Kid. KNYT Kid is probably gonna try and keep the grid pretty bunched up here, maybe to help his teammate, or he's playing for himself, and he's just gonna go for it off this restart, just gun it, and say goodbye to everyone else. We will find out on this restart here.
A safety car will be on this lap. KNYT Kid will be leading the restart. 3 people separate Frenny from first place.
See when he chooses to go. Has to be one consistent move to go towards the line. One consistent application of the throttle. He chooses now, and he's caught everyone behind napping.
Pedro gets Dark T. Green flags out.
Pedro. JT.
Oh, Pedro falling. Pedro and Dark T swapping places again. It is Dark T to P5. Frenny trying to get by so he can be back into the top 3. Looking for the move on Sayao. He gets it done. Oh! Frenny up into P3.
Looking around the outside to stay out. No, he chooses to back out of it. Pedro and JD are still going at it. JD with a switchback. This would be an amazing move, and he's got it. A little bit of contact. They're still not done.
Pedro's down the inside.
Going.
He's sticking it. He doesn't want to lose this place. The Cadillac just has a little more grip, though. JT up to 6th. And look at Mo! Out of nowhere! Around the outside of Pedro! What a nasty move for the Cadillac!
Djokovic has made no moves on his opening lap, and he's got that 3-second penalty on top of his head. Green is already on the back of KNYT Kid. KNYT Kid has not done his teammates any favor keeping this pack much up. He's actually maybe about to get past for the lead into turn 1.
Fernie thought about it, but he backs out. He'll be looking to make this quick, because the faster he gets into P1, the faster he can start putting time between him and the Aston that is chasing him down. KNYT Kid defending the living heck out of his position. Frenny side by side with the V-Carb, backing out of it.
Dark behind is trying to go around the outside of
NASCAR retiring in the pit. Down the inside! Contact made! Side by side! Still!
He's still going around the outside. KNYT is going to drop back here and he's going to just try and... Oh, there's
contact made! Oh my gosh!
How are they still going?
Frenny into P1, Dark T right behind him. KNYT Kid dropping places like crazy after the contact. I mean, he doesn't even have a front wing, and he's...
Dark's going down the inside. No, he's not. He's baited. Djokovic, Sayao. Djokovic down the inside.
KNYT Kid retiring, and that's going to bring out the safety car. The second safety car in 3 laps. I think stewards will probably look at that one. Wouldn't be surprised if KNYT Kids sends it in.
I think KNYT Kids going to get marked as a racing incident. I mean, I was going to say he should really just tuck in and wait for the overtake. He would get it for the next straight. I'd have to look at that back, but it looked like a racing incident to me. I think Freeney was far enough ahead to really take his line. It looked like he didn't cut across. It looked like there was just understeer from KNYT Kid. 7 has picked up a 10-second time penalty. His race has been god-awful today, qualifying as well. Just not the title charge he was looking for.
Really unfortunate for that Ferrari driver.
I wonder if these guys stay out or come in. XIM is definitely coming in, and so is Sayao and Extreme Enigma. Wonder if these guys come in for another set of mediums. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Everyone's in. JD stays out.
So
I think
JD
Pedro stayed
will
out as well.
inherit the lead. Pedro
Djokovic
will
stayed
be
out as
P2, Jokovic P3, Capex P4, Bro Joshua P5, Arrow Knight P6, Duel
Freeney's on
P7,
another set of
Syed
mediums.
P8, Frenny back out on mediums.
Mo and Freeney are going to go wheel to wheel on the pit exit. He couldn't get it. Just not close enough.
So Frenny down to P11.
So it's going to be a comeback drive for Freeney now.
Yeah,
Dark T is left.
Ooh.
He's going to need an invite back.
Yeah, wonder if these medium runners are just going to go to the end on these.
I mean, they probably could. I mean, the tire wear normally isn't really too bad around here. I haven't really been around to see if that's changed or not. But these mediums and the hards, they're going to be pretty much level on tire wear by the time both of them start to fall off on a cliff. So it's going to be really interesting. And since Freeney has to work from the back of the grid to really get back up there through all of these hard runners who probably have not had enough wear to really dictate much of a change in pace, it's going to be really interesting to see how much of a tire he uses to get past all of these guys and then fight at the front and maintain the lead.
KNYT Kid said that was something.
It was something. Gonna get a replay on that later. Take a look.
Does Jokovic have a wing on your screen?
He's missing his entire nose on my screen.
Yeah, that's what it looks like on mine. What the heck? Syed too.
Yeah. And the Haas of Jovitz. I wonder if the safety car is in this lap. Wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I was about to ask. Yes, it is.
Really
will lead the restart. Pedro will be looking to try to pass and get the lead, but so is Jokovic. Look at him. He is so aggressive on the back of Pedro there. JT.
If I was JD, I'd go now.
Bro, Joshua gets a 10-second. The field bunching up. JT has gone.
Bro, Joshua's race has just gone from bad to worse. You know, he fell off after the drive-through at the start he had, but he managed to get back up to fifth, but now he's got another penalty on his head.
Yeah, that one won't do him any good.
Everyone's pretty spread out on the
JT
restart.
leading.
There's another safety car out. Oh, wait, no. I think it's just bugged. Okay. Nice EA. Pedro's not putting any type of pressure on JD right now.
Yeah, he is just sitting pretty in P2 now.
You know what? If I was JD, I'd burn some battery here. Get him out of my overtake.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think he might be trying to do just that. Wasn't quite enough. Pedro will have the overtake.
Yes, Pedro does have the overtake. That's going to help close up a bit.
Frenny retires.
He's in the wall.
That's going to bring out a third safety car in like 5 laps.
What is going on today? We asked for a race, not a procession, lads. This is going to be really interesting now because now the hard runners have a choice of whether they want to pit onto fresh mediums that would probably go to the end at this point, or they stick it out on those hards for the next 17 laps and have to go 28 laps or 26 laps technically on those tires.
Yeah, but those hards have probably very little wear. I mean, think about how many racing laps that we've had in 9 laps.
Definitely not enough.
Like 3. We've had 3 racing laps or something like that. So these hard tires might have some wear on them, but I think they will definitely go the distance.
So the two original leaders collided and crashed on their own accord. Maybe Franny turned on the boost early and just thrown it into the wall, but that's what we thought it would be.
So who's our race favorite now, Chunk?
I think it's still Jokovic, or maybe Pedro if he can keep up the pace.
I was gonna say either JT or Pedro. I think
Pedro has not been slow. He's just been very,
he's been really relaxed.
yeah, really relaxed, really consistent with the pace. He's not been overwhelmingly quick, but he's been quick enough to maintain the pace with Jokovic. So if he can let Jokovic pass and maintain within that 3 seconds, maybe we'll see a win from him. If he can get ahead of JT, and gap him a little bit. I noticed he had a little bit more pace than JD at the start of the race. Maybe that's grown, maybe that's shrunk a little bit, but Pedro's in a great spot to really try and win this race with the overtake here.
Definitely. I mean, Capex could be in it if he could keep up the pace. Hasn't had the greatest pace, but maybe now that if he sticks with the leaders, he might have a better opportunity.
100%.
Yeah,
What about Capex?
These safety cars have been definitely something, Freddie. Sorry that I didn't see what happened, but Fernie was taken out by one of the Astros.
He was taken out?
Yeah, by one of the Astros, apparently.
Someone's in. It's Bro Joshua. He's going to serve his 10-second time penalty.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe we see a little Abu Dhabi 21 from him. He's had some great pace in qualifying and in the race. 1:11.3 is his fastest lap and probably clean air. He's also come in to fix his wing with that 10-second time penalty, so that's very smart from him to try and get that off. Both Aston Martins looked really strong qualifying, just have not had a great race. Just incidents and penalties and all that good stuff. Just not been going their way today. But there is a big gap between the quicker drivers and the slower drivers. So it starts with Capex and Aeronite and Dual Exploration. Those guys, well, Dual is relatively on the pace. Aeronite and Capex are a little bit off it, relatively the same pace over the course of a fast lap. But yeah, maybe they create a buffer. These top 3 run away. Unless there's another safety car, it might turn out like that. Unless Dual Exploration can get past both of them alongside XIM, get past both of them. Maybe some team orders from Red Bull, letting XIM through on those fresher mediums to go chase after Jokovic, Pedro, and JT could be a really big dark horse here on those somewhat fresher mediums.
I think safety car, yeah, we'll have one more lap. It'll be lap 24 when we restart. Hello, Mark Lax. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, sorry that 7's not having the greatest day, Caden. these Red Bull drivers have been doing a decent job of staying in the middle of the points. Definitely not what you'd be seeing Mark or Dylan do, but I think they're doing a splendid job for filling in some of the toughest seats in Tier 2.
It's going to be a 13-lap sprint to the end. It's going to be really interesting to see. Could XIM come from 7th place and maybe challenge for this win? Could Pedro hang on? Could JD hang on? Can Jokovic do anything about his penalty? Overcome it and then gap the 3 seconds to take this win? He just has to make sure he doesn't pick up another one or else he'll be in really big trouble. Let's see when JD decides to go here. Maybe he plays a little bit of chicken here. Just a little bit.
Pedro not
Just
looking
up
to
a
get caught off guard. Warming up his tires. He's ready for when the Cadillac says it's go time. And there they go. JT returning to speed. Pedro right on his tail.
Look at Capex running outside of Jokovic. He's going for it here. Oh, he's
Capex! Big spin and he's off! He was lucky to avoid contact there. That definitely gave some of the drivers a heart attack.
JT has hung on to his lead. It's been a pretty good start. Bro Joshua just got past Dark. Maybe some team orders there. Just to let him go. But Capex just tried to go around the outside of Jokovic. Locked up, got on the grass, and spun it.
Now, I thought that move was going to look super impressive until he just lost it all. 7 trying to make up a position here on Mo for P11. Goes a little wide, doesn't quite have the grip. 7 continuing to hold P12.
I think Duel's let XIM go here. He's going to try and challenge, I guess, here. He's definitely going to get past the Mercedes on this straight.
Yeah, these mediums could kick in, and they could become really strong. Up into P4, XIM goes.
He's got 11 laps. He's got this. Pedro's putting JD under a lot of pressure. He's going to give him something to think about into turn 4. He's going for it, actually. He's on the inside. And he's completely ahead there.
Loosely defending, but I think that loose defense worked, as he's going to continue to stay side by side, and he gets ahead of Pedro.
Dark's picked up a 3-second time penalty. He's down in P14. It's not a great race for Aston Martin.
Who do I think is going to win this? I almost want to say XIM. I almost want to say XIM at this point. The Red Bull driver. Yeah, looking for the move.
The Red Bull. XIM is right here with these guys. He's got much fresher tires. He's got that wing damage, but it doesn't matter.
The medium's trying to carry him to do this overtake.
See, does he have enough to even get close? I don't think so. He's going to have to wait, but Jokovic is giving Pedro something to think about as well.
Locking up a little bit. You saw the tire smoke off of Jokovic. Yellow flags in the back.
Looks like he was just going slow. They will go single file.
Oh! Audi spun on track! I think that was Seiyao.
Seiyao missing an end plate.
7 Dark T.
Happened there.
That was impressive that I caught that right at that exact moment.
These top 4 are doing exactly as I said they would. Dual Exploration playing some great team play just to let him through. Knowing he's on these fresher mediums, he's got a chance to contend for this win. It'd be great points for Red Bull as well in the constructors. As now these guys on the hard get up to 15 or 16 laps now on their tires, but Pedro is actually falling back a bit from JD. He's actually feeling the pressure from Jokovic. Jokovic might have a look into turn 4 if he gets close enough.
Wonder if Pedro is starting to struggle on these tires.
Would imagine so, but JD isn't really pulling away either. These guys on their tires might just be falling off.
Jokovic could be looking
getting
for something
close.
here. Doesn't quite have the speed for it.
He's gonna have to try something creative to get past Pedro here with 10 laps to go. As Sayout comes into the pits to retire the car. Jokovic.
Oh, a little bit of contact between Jokovic and Pedro.
Wonder if that's giving Jokovic any damage, but now he's got XIM all over him.
XIM looking for it.
But look at the traction he's got, but he doesn't have the wing to go around the outside.
We saw these two try to battle here before. Still, Jokovic will stay ahead. Yellow flags in the back for Capex.
XIM is definitely getting him here. He's all over that rear wing. He has to get him here. This is race critical at this point.
The Red Bull still holding back. He needs to put these tires to use before they become too worn.
He's got a great opportunity to turn 4 again if he thinks about it, but I don't think he will. He's too far back now. Just not enough battery to attack us. There's a fight in the back between Duel and Aerodynite.
Duel trying to go down the inside. Aerodynite defending the outside. A little bit of a slip from the Red Bull. Still going around the outside. Lovely move. Duel up into P5. Davis is definitely smiling upon them as he has 2 Red Bull drivers in the top 5.
Honestly, that's a great comeback drive from Duel. Don't think he qualified too well.
JT sitting comfortably in the lead. 0 pressure behind. He just needs to relax and finish out the race.
Everyone's just starting to harvest a little bit. It's a crash at the back. It's dark again. Dark's race is going from bad to worse.
Oh, and Capex, a bad spin into the wall. Don't know quite what that was, but
XIM is just falling off the back of Jokovic a little bit here. These guys are just going to start harvesting energy all throughout the second sector. Although they're all just going to check up a little bit, but it'll be okay. I think Dark has come into the pits.
7 looking for a move.
10 seconds in the pits.
On the
Probably
Audi.
going to retire. And he's done. XIM has picked up a penalty.
That
has absolutely shot his chances at trying to get a win here.
Yeah, wonder what the Red Bulls will say now. Will Duel try to slow up everybody to allow that gap?
Duel is just outside of those 3 seconds, so I think they might. It is a possibility, but Duel's got Aerodynite behind him. A few faster drivers behind Aerodynite. So I'm not sure they'd really want to back up too much, so we know how powerful the overtake is around here. JT is managing his battery so well to defend from Pedro with this extra overtake.
Yeah, you would think that there would be more pressure between these drivers.
That might
really
be
isn't.
ending soon a bit. Oh, Capex is... Oh, Capex's AI has just destroyed Pedro's front wing. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky. You have to feel for him. At the same time, though, he's at a whole straight to watch that McLaren rear end.
That's definitely
so
something.
Unlucky.
Pedro almost just completely out of it now.
Pedro's probably got major wing damage. He's lucky to still be in the race, but he might drop behind Duel in a bit.
So JD... Oh! And Jokovic!
XIM is off. And Jokovic is off.
JT! 0 penalties, 0 pressure. It is a drive home for the Cadillac driver at this point.
It's going to be a double podium for Red Bull if they keep it like this. Aerodynite from the back of the grid has come up to 4th just by doing absolutely nothing. Syed and 7 have also recovered somewhat well, to be honest. Side up to 6th after starting from 16th. 7 up to 9th, starting from 19th. It's just chaos. But Duel is under pressure from Arrow Knight, probably with some more ambition now to go for a podium.
Yeah, I was
Where is
gonna
Joker?
say Duel now has to struggle between trying to keep this 3-second gap between
Seven's
his
just gone around the
teammates
outside at
and
Mo.
trying
Oh
to
my
keep his
days. What
P3.
a move. What a move from 7.
7 working his way up the grid. He is looking for this top 5. Pressure
He's got the
from
opportunity.
Mo.
Sacred Slayer's on a 3-second time penalty. Someone's off at the back. I think it's Pedro and Jokovic. Or I think it's Jokovic, actually, yeah. This race looked like complete domination written already after qualifying for Jokovic, and he's down in P12. Unfortunate race there for him. And
Yeah, it's
Jokovic has retired from the session.
Jokovic retiring.
He's not going to be a happy man on clubs later when we lose 6-0.
So the top 4 starters all have retired from this race except for Bro Joshua. And I guess Dark T, but Dark T is sitting in the back.
Now all JT's got to do is keep the composure,
Yeah, just
keep up the
make
pace,
sure you
just keep
don't
doing what he's doing.
spin.
It's really easy to do on these old tires. This is the risk they had to take.
I mean,
doing
yeah,
this
we
once.
just saw Jokovic do that.
These tires are going to be at the end of their life. They probably feel terrible at this rate.
Duel has worked his way into the 3 seconds of XIM. I think he's trying to keep it right on the limit of 3 seconds so that he can have the P2 without allowing Arrow Knight to have a podium.
Well, it might not be that. XIM has the wing damage and his tires are going to be falling off now on those medium. He's going to have to be pushing much harder now. XIM just has to find a little more pace because Duel can't back off. He's got Arrow Knight right behind him on the same set of tires. He's actually going to try and defend here. And 7 and Slayer, they're 3 wide almost, I think, down the back straight. And 7 is up to P6 and he's right behind. Oh, there's contact. Oh, he runs him off the road. They're still bumping each other.
7 up
P6
into
now.
P6.
He's
Still
Sacred might
pressure.
try and go for one. Still under some pressure. He's got wing damage actually now. Syed is in that P5 spot, but it might not be for much longer. Oh, MO was just dive bomb Slayer, but it's a beautiful switchback. He just got too crossed up on the brakes there. 7's right on the back of Syed, though. He might get him down this turn straight. But honestly, he's had a lot of downs, but this is going to be a pretty good up if he could get this P5 here.
7 looking for it.
JD has checked out with 2 laps to go. Arrow Knight is going to be on the back of this Red Bull. He's going to be hawking him down. And now I think XIM is not going to be seeing this podium if it stays like this, with the pace the 2 behind are just starting to extract on him.
Which is so unfortunate because XIM was trying to compete for the win, but I think it's just the mediums that have cost him. And they will continue to cost him as Duel and Arrow Knight catch up to him.
Yeah, just pretty unfortunate. He just doesn't have the pace anymore. He can't find anything else. Those tires are falling off. He's got the wing damage. He's got the penalty. Maybe if something happened, he could appeal it. Right now on track, it's not looking like he keeps his P3. The Duel's actually catching him at least maybe 3 or 4 tenths a lap at this point. Just trying to keep Arrow Knight behind. Now it's a fight for P2 on track at least, or on penalties. Arrow Knight definitely got this podium in the bag. Now he's got to fight it all for this P2. Players now gotten past that Mo. Bro Joshua's not close enough to really fight, but 7's going to be giving it everything here to try and get past Syed.
Yeah, I'm sure that he would love to have a nice juicy P5 on the penultimate lap. Will the Ferrari driver have enough? That wing is completely broken on that right side. I'm sure it's not a fun drive around here.
Honestly, I'm a bit surprised Red Bull haven't told Duel to just back off on the in the middle sector, let XIM get away a bit, but it'll still be a pretty good day in the office for Red Bull P2 and P4.
Yeah, as we start the final lap of the Grand Prix, 7 looking for the move on Syed. Little contact is made. Late braking. 7 trying to make any move stick. Almost pushing this Alpine through that corner. Will he be looking for something into turn 4? Yes, he is. He moves for the inside move. Syed defending on the outside.
Oh, they're going wheel to wheel. A little bit of wheel banging. Seven's gonna have to be real brave. Oh, he ushers him
Getting
onto the
pushed
grass.
onto the grass.
Said.
That may ruffle some feathers, but it is going to be JT coming around the final sector for the last time. Arrow Knight looking for a move for P2. Can he get it right at the end? He's looking for it around the outside. It is a head-on-head race for this P2. It is JT, the Cadillac, who wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. XIM comes across the line in second, but it was Duel who takes second. Arrow Knight P3, XIM P4 because of the penalty. Syed in P5 for Alpine. 7 with an excellent recovery race up into P6. Mo gave it his all, and it is the Cadillac in P7. Bro Joshua P8 after a rough race. Extreme Enigma in P9, Slayer Saskad P10, Pedro P11 after he had a difficult race, Dark T in P12 after his difficult race, and Joseph will finish off our grid in P13. Jokovic, Capex, Sayao, Frenny, KYT Kid, and NASCAR Freak did all retired.
A drive from JD. I was not expecting him to pull through. You know, on those tires, his pace wasn't the strongest, but when it mattered, he was there.
Yeah, it is the Cadillac driver who definitely deserved it all. Davis will be happy that he has a nice chunk of points coming his way for the top 2 Red Bulls in the getting P2 and P4. What a race. One that we definitely did not expect in any way. What are your thoughts, Chonk?
I think that was a pretty good race, to be honest. 9 out of 10. Genuinely.
Definitely
From
had some
P11,
issues.
of all places. Top 3 didn't even come from the top 5. 11th, 9th, and 14th.
Yeah, this is one for the people who could not qualify. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was a very interesting race there.
But thank you, Chonk, for joining me in the comment box. And thank you all for watching. This has been Tier 2 Brazilian Grand Prix IRL Season 7. I have been Toasty Oven Bread. I've been joined by Chonk. We love you all and hope to see you again. Goodbye.